you can think of. This act of the man actually saved his life. He pressed the woman hard against the wall. The woman just got out of the elevator after teaching him a lesson. The man's retribution is coming. The elevator suddenly stopped. He called the elevator maintenance number, but the other party said it would take a long time to come over. He slapped the elevator door, desperately calling, but no response. He called for the elevator rescue again. Without saying a few words, there was a scream from the opposite side. The man confused. Suddenly there was movement outside the elevator and he decided to save himself. Take off his jacket, put up his sleeves and start breaking the elevator door. With all his strength, he finally opened a gap in the elevator. But there's no one outside. He doesn't know where people go during work hours. The man continues to break the elevator door. But the door was stuck and didn't move. He tried to lean out of the gap again. As a result, the door is too narrow to climb out. Just when he wanted to relax, suddenly a group of people hurried past. Then the woman just now collapsed in front of him, terrified, begging to let her in. The man stretched out his hand and grabbed her tightly. But the woman was dragged away by something. The man can't get out. He didn't know what's going on outside. He looked out the door nervously. Fortunately, the gap is too narrow for them to get in. The scared man curled up in a corner. The sound of footsteps in the distance soon drew the zombies away. The man was frightened. How did a subsidiary suddenly become a zombie paradise? That's when the phone rang. It was his wife. She said there was a riot at home. Before she could finish speaking, there was screaming on the phone. The man broke down. He frantically called the elevator duty room. Someone just answered him. The man was shouting and begging to hurry up and save himself. But as soon as he finished speaking, there were screams from there. He continued to make calls. He called a few times, and no one answered. He wants to see what's going on outside. Open the phone and there are riot messages. He suddenly realized that something was wrong. Then a call came back. Just picked up the phone. Suddenly a hand grabbed his neck. It was the woman from before. She has been infected and turned into a zombie. The woman just taught the man a lesson. Now she's a zombie. She roared outside to have a close encounter with the man. The man slammed the armrest off. It's an operation for the woman. Finally, the woman was silent. He was so nervous that he took out the mineral water in his bag and simply cleaned the blood on his face. Looking at the blood on the ground, he covered it with documents. The woman at the door also made him feel uncomfortable now. Then he pushed her out with a stick. There were footsteps. The man picked up the iron rod and slowly stuck his head out. It was a girl from the company. She is not infected, the man whispered to her. The two tried to pry the door open with a steel pipe, but in vain. The elevator door doesn't move at all. At this time, the steel pipe fell to the floor and made a sound. The zombies in the distance rushed towards the sound. When they heard the sound, the girl wanted to get into the elevator immediately. But no matter how hard they try, she can't get in. Seeing the zombies rush over, the girl turned around and ran. As soon as the girl walked away, a zombie rushed over, but did not expect. The girl gave him away with a few strokes of the bat. The man was stupid. This girl was not easy. When the crisis is lifted, the two look at each other and smile. Not happy yet. Suddenly she was thrown down by two zombies. The man was yelling in the elevator. But what's the use? The elevator is now his fortress. The man helplessly curled up into a ball, hugging and crying. At this time, another person came outside the door. He holds a lamp, walking slowly to the elevator door. He tried to get in and took refuge, but he obviously doesn't need to try. The man also advised him not to bother. Then a zombie jumped over. At this time, the man was disheartened, watching one life disappear. He couldn't find the meaning of living and shouted loudly at the door. A bunch of zombies is attracted, but did not expect. The company secretary also followed the voice and came over. Zombies will swarm in the next second. The man screamed desperately, but it didn't work. The man slumped on the ground in pain watching the news on his phone. The outside has also become a dead city, but the elevator is full of zombies. He sees no hope at all. Just then, there was a gunshot outside the door. Zombies all fell. It was a heavily armed soldier. He is separated from the team and needs help now. Now the two have to work together. The soldier gave the man a walkie-talkie and a pistol. Then he went to find a generator to make the elevator move. Under the command of the man, the soldier successfully found the engine room. The elevator is powered, but the zombies also found him, and they all ran over. The man picks up the gun on the ground and shoots wildly. Then there was a scream from the walkie-talkie. It seems that the soldier also sacrificed. Several gunshots came from outside. It turned out to be the soldier's companion, but he soon became food for zombies. The man has desperately looked at the zombies at the door. He put the pistol directly in his mouth. At this time, the voice of the soldier came from the top of the elevator. The man quickly opens the ceiling. It was found that the soldier had been bitten by a zombie. The soldier told the man, "Zombie virus caused by laboratory leak." In this last time, two men were chatting about life. The soldier said his wife was his pride, and he was the happiest man. The man suddenly realized he's a scumbag. He regrets it, but now it's irreversible. At night, the soldier began to mutate. The man can't do anything but shoot him. The sound of gunfire attracted the zombies outside. The man picked up the soldier's gun. He was exhausted afterward. It's quiet outside. Then the phone rang. It was his wife. She was not dead. Hearing his wife's voice again, the man shed tears of relief. "I know I was wrong." He struggled to get the gears stuck in the elevator and successfully climbed out of the elevator to pick up the clothes on the ground. Slowly walked out of the building where he used to work. The whole city became dead silent. He just picked up the milk that fell on the ground and was caught by a zombie. He thought this was the end. Then there was a gunshot.
无人电梯是一部小成本电影，但全程紧张刺激，绝对是一部下饭的好电影。喜欢的可以去看看原片。
Thank you for watching.